Hello guys, I hope you are all doing fine. This is the real story of Farouk Kibet, President Ruto's most trusted friend. In a world full of snakes and betrayers, life has constantly showed us that all ambitious men need a royal henchman who will remain with you for better for worse. Men like Debe of the famous TV series Blacklist, whose price is royalty and nothing else. As for President Ruto, there hasn't been a man who has remained true to him ever since he set foot into the political scene in 1992 like Farouk Kibet. Unknown to the common folk but famous in political circles, Farouk is loved and feared almost in equal measure by his friends and colleagues because of his dedication in delivering his boss's instructions. Once you see Ruto, he is always in the background. Something that had been the norm since the second first met as youngies at YK92 camp of Moi era. They were both young politicians from Eldoret, but unlike Ruto, who had just cleared his studies at University of Nairobi, Farouk Kibet had only a primary school education from Chepkemer Primary School. However, through hard work, he earned his stripes up politics by playing as a great youth mobilizer. He was literally the man of the ground, and local KANU readers loved him. Moreover, he wrote articles in support of the KANU regime in local diaries, something that made him an asset when the YK92 faction was formed. So Ruto straight out of university and Farouk Kibet straight out of ground, the two met under the patronage of the professor of politics, the late Daniel Torotich Arap Moi, and were taught the corrupt game by lecturer Cyrus Jirongo of YK92, delivering the votes Moi needed in defeating the overwhelming opposition he faced. However, they would later lock horns in 1997 when their personalities strike each other after. Ruto, being the ambitious chap, decided to vie for parliamentary seat back at home, Eldoret North, in 1997, going light against Farouk Roko grandfather, who had put him on. This left Farouk with no option but to oppose him because royalty is his currency of trade. The second went head to head like bulls during the 1987 elections, where the race was as tight as Man City and Arsenal title race, but since Ruto represented the face of youth leadership against an old Farouk grandfather, he defeated them, becoming the new member of parliament. However, he felt the pressure, and he knew it wouldn't be safe having such a great political mobilizer on the opposing side. So, with his silver tongue, Ruto convinced Farouk to switch sides, with talks on how much the two would achieve together since they were young lads, and Farouk signed his loyalty to him. The two formed a tag team as strong as Undertaker and Kane, which made Farouk's light-hard man the next coming tier. He became Ruto's ear and mouth on the ground, a man who defeated the young parliamentarian everything everywhere with zeal. An unwavering support that prompted Ruto to play by the book of royalty by paying his dues to Farouk via helping him clinch nomination at the Warren County Council as councillor from 1997 to 2003. Now the two friends were earning, one as an MP and the other one as a councillor. Sadly, the tenure of Farouk ended in 2003 due to the end of KANU regime, but his loyalty had remarkably impressed Ruto, who brought him closer to him by making him his personal aide as PA. This is because he knew that in politics, friends come and go, but Farouk would never leave. So as early as when ODM was being formed in 2006, Farouk was the mtu wa mkono for Ruto, who was now eyeing national politics by declaring his presidential bid. Farouk was the groundsman in Eldoret planning events and also scouting for potential local leaders who had come to the aid of Ruto once he set his sight for the presidency. He identified Oscar Sudi, Echesha, and Mukomen, who are young Turks, and molded them for future of Ruto's soldier. Soldiers who helped Ruto and become successful politicians, as well as now that the government is in their hands. Sudi being an MP for years, Echesha was a CS, and Mukomen is now a CS. However, his overindulgence in mobilization during the contested 2007 elections got him into hot soup after William Ruto was indicted at ICC for the post-election violence and his name featured. He was mentioned as Ruto's mobilizer in Eldoret by witnesses. But gradually, the two were exonerated from the International Court after witnesses mysteriously started disappearing. However, trouble would still follow them where they went because favorite whistleblower Kibet was always on their neck. Also revealing that Farouk Kibet was the man who was used by Ruto during the NYS scandal, which was confirmed by Anne Waiguru and Farouk himself, who said the money was for Harambee. Harambee, which Ruto is known for, but nothing could be done to him since he was the closest to the DP, leaving Kenyans hopelessly calling for his arrest online. Kenyans on Twitter raised their voices, but nothing happened. Because so close is their relationship that he is the only one who can give you permission to see Ruto, something elected leaders complained about calling him a dictator. However, Ruto defended him as a good herdsman who pangas kazi vizuri, something that was confirmed during elections when he ordered Millicent Omanga to twerk for the crowd excitement and stopped leaders from dancing with Ruto.
Sasa nachukua nafasi hii
Yani what Kibet says goes. A strictness that made Ruto the president because Kibet was the official planner of his campaign as confirmed by his men.
Lakini huyu Farouk sio mtu wa kiburi, ni mtu wa kunyorosha kazi. Tulikuwa tunaenda mkutano ya campaign, ukiona iko disorder kidogo unaanza kuulizana wapi Farouk, wapi Farouk.
Huyu Kibet Farouk ananikumbusha Martin Luther King Jr. Mwenye alisema ukipewa kuwa sweeper, sweep mpaka mbinguni imbe iseme there lived a great sweeper.
Ni kiongozi wetu wa maana sana. Na niseme ukweli, kwa ushindi wa William Ruto na sisi alichangia kiasi kikubwa sana. Kwa sababu tulisema hatupangwingwi, lakini tulipatia Farouk Kibet nafasi atupange.
Kazi yenye alipewa, alianzia tu kupanga sisi ndio utuongee mzuri kwa mkutano na kukaa vizuri kwa ofisi. Anapanga mpaka kila mtu, hata naibu wa rais wakati alikuwa anaanza ofisi yake juzi anasema na munitafutie Farouk yangu mwenye atakuwa hapa.
Hata nilikuwa nimemwambia Rais Ruto aniwachie yeye apage mambo yangu, akaniruka. Akasema anahitaji yeye nitafute yangu na mimi natafuta. Lakini nimemwambia Farouk nikitafuta yangu atanifanyia training 6 months ashike laini ndio aweze kuendelea mbele.
Na juu nimesikia sasa mnaitaka hapa kwa boma yake ati anatoa sukari gunia moja. Saa ingine anapea watu. Sipa hiyo wakati alikuwa mtu ya mkono ya deputy president. Sasa Farouk si ni mtu ya mkono ya rais. Akiwa deputy president, mtu ya mkono ya deputy president. Si alikuwa anatoa gunia moja ya sukari. Sasa akiwa mtu ya mkono ya rais, si atoe gunia moja ya sukari na gunia moja ya mahidi.
They followed his command because he was always on the ground, and if you attended a UDA rally, you must have seen him in his element giving leaders instructions. So when you see him talk, just know where his royalty lies, because if you try to cross him, you'll find yourself in the shoes of a chaser. Meanwhile, ikikubaba, please subscribe for more news updates and see you on the next one.